I'm used to.
21
So a
year
very young boy. Okay, so welcome. My name is Temitope Olodo. I'm a counter-terrorism consultant, author, and president of African Security. And I have with me my own brother, brother and friend. We've known each other for decades now in the United Kingdom, brother Fatai Ogunribido. Thank you so much for coming on board, sir. Thank you
My
so
brother.
much. Let me go straight live into it. So, if you are watching us right now on Facebook, if you're watching us on LinkedIn, or you're watching us on YouTube, we are live and we're going to be talking about a lot of issues that are happening in Nigeria. But first and foremost, let us start with the proclamation by the northern governors who actually came out, you know, with that mixing their words to say that as far as they are concerned, nobody should yes, nobody should try and bully them into accepting a southern president, and that has really caused a lot of concern across Nigeria, not only within southern Nigeria alone, but even in the Middle Belt, where some people have come out known as the Middle Belt Forum to say that, you know what, the North had been boofing up their numbers with the Middle Belt. And gone are the days when the Middle Belt will just sit down and accept that they are they can add their numbers to their own numbers and say that they have numbers. Moreover, the Nigerian constitution is very clear that you need two-thirds, at least you need about 19 states, or no, you need about two-thirds of the federation of the 36 states. That the president must cut across, two-thirds of the local government and along that line, and there's a lot of requirements. So it is not possible for one region to come out and say we must have it. But the Yorubas will say that there is something behind the masquerade that makes the masquerade to make noise. The southern governors would not have come out to say that they need guarantee. They need this southern governor. They need everybody to accept a southern president, if not because they've been hearing some whisperings, they've been hearing some issues that is really giving them concern. And that's the reason why I have with me my brother Fatai Ogunribido, who is going to be talking on that. But before I bring him on board, let me play one or two videos just to be able to more or less bring you, in tune with the kind of serious concerns that is happening in Nigeria as we speak. Like, a lot of things are happening in that country. Believe me, whether you know it or not, a lot of things are happening in that country, and people are concerned that a lot of things are happening, and it seems as if the government is impotent to some of those concerns. But let's play our promo, and then we'll move into the discussion of the day. Yes, and wherever you're watching us from, please let us know where you're watching us from. You know.
Hello, my name is Temitope Olodo, and we're looking at the issue of security across Africa. There is need for government.
Yeah, like one of my brothers have said on LinkedIn, what constitution do you mean? The Cabal constitution? Yes, of course, there was a gentleman's agreement, and the gentleman's agreement was that at least on the face of it, there is a rotation of uh, from one part of the country to the other part, in line with the requirement under section 14 of the Nigerian constitution that says that there should be a equal distribution, you know, of political seats. And we've not seen that. I love the president, but we've not seen that in the election, in the nomination of people into posts. In fact, post where, and if you think I'm lying, you could go back and look at it. Any post where the president have nominated somebody from outside the north, where those individuals have been removed, the president had actually put a northerner to replace those people instead of giving it back to the states where those people were taken. And I stand on the top. I love the president. I believe the president is a good man. I believe the president is doing a lot of good work. But I believe when it comes to the issue of equilibrium, there are people that have faulted the president and have had concerns about nominations. I've actually voiced it out as much as I've said I love the president. Loving the president does not mean that you cannot criticize when the president have got things wrong or where the advisors of the president have not actually helped the president to get things right. And we need to be honest in our assessment, and my speakers will be coming on board, to talk about most of these things. Let me give you a classic example. Because you see, some of this time when we talk about these things, it's important to put things in perspective so people don't think we are just coming out. I've always advocated and support the president. I support the president when it comes to the issue of the diaspora. I think he's done a lot of work. Even when it comes, he's always meeting with the diaspora, engaging with the diaspora, creating, the office of the diaspora office, and putting there Honorable Abikedabi, who is doing immense work in bringing the diaspora together. So I've celebrated the president on that bit. But on the bit of, the positions, a lot of people have raised concerns about that. And that is covered under section 14 of the Nigerian constitution, even to the extent that people have come out to say there is an impeachable issue. Let me give you two examples, because I don't believe in propaganda. I believe in facts. When Ms. Adeoye, the Minister of Finance, when she had to leave the position, the position was given to the Minister of State for Finance, instead of allowing another nomination to come from Ogun State or from Southwest. It was given straight to her, and nobody raised an elbow. And she's doing a great job, isn't she? She is doing a great job as a minister, but the bottom line is not about whether she's doing a good job or not. The bottom line is that it went straight to the north instead of that position which was slotted for the southwest to go to the southwest, so that the southwest could feel that if somebody from the southwest somewhere, even if somebody have been taken from Edo State, or somebody have been taken from Delta, or somebody have been taken from Oyo State or Osun State to replace it, it will have been better. The same thing happened with the Minister for Communication. When the Minister of Communication was removed, or when he left, that position replaced, it was replaced by a strong hand man of the president, who has been implicated in the issue of Boko Haram. Not that it was hearsay, he himself was celebrating the Boko Haram factor. In another climate, in another country, he would have been removed. This is a man that is in charge of the communication strategy of Nigeria, and yet we've not been able to deal with bandit and co. And people will ask, why is it that we've not been able to deal with bandit? So where things have been wrong, we need to say it. Where the president have done things right, we need to say the president have done things right. Now I'm going to go back to Mr. Fatai, who is going to give us his assessment of the president's speech, because he's lived in Europe for many years. He's listened to the speech of many European presidents. He's listening to the speech of our prime minister here from year to year for over 10 years. When they have issues, and you could see that they talk about substance. And many people have criticized the president's speech, that even though, and I'm not going to put words in his mouth, but some of the things people have said is that you can say that you are going to talk about the sponsors of Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu. These guys have a legitimate right to They have a legitimate right to ask for self-determination or not to be part of Nigeria. But if you are not giving them the space to talk about it, then there's a problem. They have a right, and of course, the government have arrested them, and they have their day in court. But to say that you are going to advertise or to even go to the extent of highlighting that there's a senator who is sponsoring them, yet the people that are sponsoring Boko Haram, who are mentioned in Saudi Arabia, no, in Dubai and the others, we've not. Those ones have listed their names, but we've not actually had anything. What we've been hearing is that there are 400 people sponsoring Boko Haram or sponsoring bandits, but yet we've not seen anybody prosecuted. So people have raised concern about that. People have raised concern that a lot of things that the president should have been talking about where we were in 1961 or 1960 when we started independence, and where we are 61 years after, and what we're going to do in terms of inspiration. But nothing has been said about that. So let me ask Mr. Fatai, what's his view on that, and people's view that the president have not actually done justice to the 61 years anniversary of the Nigerian of independence speech. What's your view, sir?
Yeah, thank you very much, my brother. First of all,
Thank you, sir.
let me tell whoever is watching this program, please share it. Because the Bible tells me that the only thing that can give you freedom is the truth. We are speaking the truth here today, and there are so many things that our people don't seem to really understand about Nigeria. Please share this program. Let others share from these ideas that we are going to express today. Let them understand where we are as a people. Let them come in and share every idea with others who should be able to get more education about what Nigeria looks like and what Nigeria is today. Please share it. Share the program and let the entire world see us today. Please, I beg you. So thank you, my brother. So first of all, you are talking about the issue of the President Buhari's speech. And there were so many points that he raised in that speech, which actually includes the issue of the agitators who are clamoring for both Yoruba nation and the Biafra nation, that there are certain sponsors who are actually bankrolling or sponsoring them. If I'm right, is that the first point you want us to discuss, Mr. Olodo?
Yes, I wanted to get your view as somebody that has lived in Europe. What's your view of his speech compared to all the speech that you've had around the world as somebody that have lived in the diaspora?
Well, to start with, let me start by saying that anybody who believes today that Nigeria exists as a nation is only fooling himself. We are in an entrapment. We as Nigerians today, we are being trapped by a system that has hijacked the entire destiny of over 200 million people. And let me say, the entire over 120 million Southerners, because this is the reality of what is happening now. Whoever is believing that we have a government, or whoever is believing that Nigeria exists, is only fooling himself. This is the reality. So in a situation whereby the governance of a nation is being improvised, in a situation whereby over 200 million people that constitute Nigeria are being taken for granted as mumus and as idiots, as fools, how will you expect a leader to actually send across the right message? The message we had from President Buhari was only a message that has been playing on the intelligence of over 200 million people of Nigeria. It had no good content. People wanted to know about what effort is he making to handle the insecurity that is ravaging through the nation. Blood is flowing every day. The country has been sentenced and has been actually being described as a river of blood. And nobody is showing any sensitivity about all this. And we saw what happened on July 1 when Sunday Igboho's home was besieged by over 300 military men. A single individual, no search warrant, no any offense committed. So when you are now saying that some people are sponsoring some people, are you telling me today that Nigeria is real as a nation? Are people free? Hunger on the streets? 60 years of independence, no lights, there is no good roads. 60 years of independence, nobody can boast of good water. Every family is a government to himself. In Nigerian law today, you provide your own home, you provide your own water, you provide your own electricity, you try and find a way, work tooth and nail to provide land for yourself, to build a house if you can afford it. So all these things are taken away from us, our liberty as a people. It has actually degraded us as the most deprived people on the entire planet. What can anybody boast today that when you say you are a Nigerian, what can you boast of today as a Nigerian? So when we are talking about a president making a speech to 200 million people, tell me, what should be the priority of that government? Provision of security? How to provide food for the people because people are hungry on the streets? And what we are witnessing today is some elites have taken over that country and they are being used as a stooge to actually recolonize Nigeria. That is what is coming. Recolonization of Nigeria is what is coming. And that's the reason why you mentioned earlier on what has been happening. If a Yoruba person is thinking today that Nigeria exists, he is digging his own grave. Both Biafra and Yorubas, any Southerner that is thinking that Nigeria exists today, they are digging their own grave. Because what is happening on ground, as I'm talking to you, my brother, is that the Nigeria that we are witnessing today has been sold out. Buhari's government is a proxy government. And that's the reason why you see all these mercenaries coming from the northern part to penetrate our bushes. Because they are going to use them to depopulate the southern part of Nigeria. This is the reality of what is on ground. So what they are trying to do as a government is they are putting across many of those messages pretending as if the country is existing. And that government of Buhari is looking for sympathy from people because it believed on that Independence Day that if it actually tries to find a way to rope that some senators are sponsoring agitation, why people are asking for that they want their own self-determination, does that denote a violence when they are carrying out their legal right as a people? Self-determination is a legal right that is actually contained in our constitution. Nobody, as Igbo ever killed anybody, they went to Igbo's home, ravaged the house, using our car to break into the door, an individual, a person that is living in his own house. And people were killed in the house. They turned out a pool of blood. And over about 12 people of his age were arrested. And we are talking that Nigeria exists. And nobody can feel secure in that country. Why can't the Yorubas even think deep to understand that they have already been conquered as a people? This is the reality on ground. If your senators, some of your traditional rulers, and the governments are being used because they are getting from this government. These are the people that have been paid they have been paid your money as a people. They have actually sold you out as a people. I'm talking to my Yoruba people now. You have been sold out to this system that is not existing, that wants to eliminate 2/3 of Yoruba nation, the Yoruba people, and then entrench a recolonized nation there. This is what is coming. In 2019, January, an American expert sensitized the entire world, calling on Donald Trump as the American president then, that carnage is coming to Nigeria because Nigeria is about to be taken down. Let me tell you, these people, they know us more than we know ourselves. They know what is coming. Because they are the people that determines our fate and our future. The white people. So if somebody who happens to be a former security advisor to a government in America and is now running an NGO and is now calling on the entire world, calling on Donald Trump to actually convene the meeting of leaders of the world to come and discuss, because already he had the information that Nigeria was going to be taken down. And that was about 4 years ago. And I've discussed about this issue on several fora, playing the video. It is not a word coming from us in Nigeria. It is coming from abroad. These are people that know us more than we know ourselves. And 4 years ago, that was coming. Even though we've been doing analysis, telling people about it, people don't take it seriously. And right now, we are seeing that thing now being playing up on our doorstep. And we are seeing people, we are seeing a government that has been using this use and dump system to penetrate and destroy us. And we are trying to find a way to use some words, and the government is finding a way to use some words to actually, seek for consolation, seek for sympathy from the people. Oh, some people are the people that are sponsoring the agitators. Is anybody sponsoring any agitation? No one is sponsoring any agitation. I am the general secretary of the media presenters that have actually been pulling this self-determination effort. I'm the general secretary. And I can assure you, nobody is sponsoring anybody. We need to take back our destiny as Yoruba people of southern part of Nigeria. We have been deprived of integration into the entire world. Our greatness has been diminished. We've been destroyed completely as a people. This is the reality. It is not a propaganda. Our Omoluabi trait has brought us to this level. Our foreign religion that we have adopted has taken us to this level. We are almost losing our culture. Everything that the white man came from the left, the Arab came from the south, the army from the east, they now entrench on us, Islam and this. And today now, what are we doing? It's the same conspiracy. Because those who are using the Fulanis are the Europeans, because they want to colonize Nigeria. This is the reality. If 4 years ago we had this information that Nigerians are about to be brought down by Frank Gaffney, go and Google it. Go to YouTube, you see Frank Gaffney on Nigeria. And he was warning that catastrophe is coming, and the magnitude of which even the entire world will never have witnessed. And if it comes that even we are talking about refugees coming to Europe now, that what was happening in the past few years will only be a child's play to what will happen by the time that exercise starts to take place. And that is what we are seeing now. All those we are seeing in our bushes, they are being placed there strategically so that when the command is going to come, they are going to eliminate the entire villages where they are. That is why they are after Igboho, because he's the one that has provided the antidote to that problem that is coming, chasing those war bastards out of our bushes. So when you see them chasing Igboho, they are not chasing Igboho because of the rally. They are chasing Igboho because Igboho is detonating the bomb that they are planting on every villages across Nigeria, especially southwest and southeast. When the boy is sending all those mercenaries out of our bushes, they are trying to detonate their strategy. This is the issue. So Igbo is more or less a problem to them because he is the one that has, indirectly or let me say inadvertently, he has actually created a solution to the problem, because those people that are being planted in areas where Yorubas have their natural resources, gold, diamond, everything. And when this command is given, all the kings, the senators, the governor, they are going to be eliminated. This is the reality. So if a governor is thinking that he is comfortable today, they are only using distractions to show they are being taken for a fool. All our governors are being taken for fools. All our traditional rulers are being taken for fools. All our senators and House of Reps are being taken for fools, because there is going to be no election in 2023. Can you see any bubble in the north about governorship, about presidency? Can you see them celebrating or arguing, oh, I'm going to... Because they know what is coming. They are united. Only in the south you are seeing our governors now fighting for presidency, fighting for governorship. So until that day when the command is going to be given, and they are going to start to eliminate us. This is the reality of what is on ground. So if a president is now giving a message, somebody is sponsoring agitators, he's only seeking for sympathy from the people because he knows we are so timid as a people, we are foolish as a people, we don't have our brain to think. Even when people are educating us about the reality of what is coming, they abuse them. They are saying, oh, politicians are paying people who started the agitation. Igbo only came to this agitation only 6 months ago, 7 months ago, when the issue of Igbo was happening. It was only touched by blood. That how can people be killed? My people are being killed. Agitation has been started almost 2 years now. So how can the government be thinking that if they drive Igbo away or if they kill Igbo, that the agitation will not start? The only advantage Igbo has served us is because it has touched the heart of other people in the villages. The awareness, the first awareness people know about the agitation is when Igbo was bringing people together. And that's why even today, when people are talking, they say, oh, Igbo is one that wanted to get us freedom. Don't know that Igbo only came here at a stage where it was necessary to drive out all the war mercenaries that are being imported to our streets. And people are not asking questions. You see trailers packed with Fulani people. You see them being driven into your bushes. And you are saying that they want to use them for election 2033. Is that what you think so? They want to use them for? Not at all. You are fooling yourself. And you are digging your own grave. These are people that have been supplying ammunition. And the cattle areas are being used to take the land because they want to recolonize Nigeria. And they want to make Nigeria a Fulani nation. So the Europeans will be using the same tactics they are using currently to take the glory of Nigeria away and use the Fulanis in indirect rule. Nigeria, we have never been independent. What we are witnessing in the past 60 years is indirect rule. We are not in control of our own destiny. So many of the people that have ruled us have come from the same group of elite. And when they want to pacify you as Southerners, they put somebody there, and when they give him 40% of the governance, the rest 60% belongs to them. Even when OBJ was the government, he was never in control.
Okay. Are you saying now, Mr. Fatai? Are you saying now that you align with the former President Olusegun Obasanjo, who talked about the funeralization of Nigeria? Is that what you are saying categorically, that is what is going on as we speak?
Obasanjo has not been realistic to him. He has not been realistic to himself. The reason is because if Obasanjo knows that funeralization of Nigeria is coming, and he understands reality, that the weight of the federal might is bullying the entire people, and is subjugating everybody and trying to, deprive us of opinion and expression of ideas, and trying to educate our people, informing them of what is coming, and yet is pretending as if all is well, and is still supporting the oligarchic system. Where is Obasanjo coming from? Is he realistic about the reality? In one breath, he's talking about federalization. On the other breath, you are now saying that Nigeria should not break. It goes to show that already he has sold us out as Southwesterners. This is the reality. He doesn't want to, he has sold us out. Because if you know they want to Fulanize the entire country, you should be fighting for your own race. That, okay, you people, get yourself together, defend yourself. But rather than saying that, OBJ is still out telling us that, we should, Nigeria should stand together. So who is he fooling? He's a man I respect a lot. I've defended Obasanjo for a very long time. I've promoted him so much that he's the only one that has the aims for our freedom. But he has disappointed many of us because of the way he's now. He doesn't want to offend the oligarchy that has made him, and he doesn't want to offend his own people by informing us, okay, federation is coming. But at the same time, he's aligning with his own people. And it has always been happening that even in the past, when he grants an interview, he's always saying that when they were fighting the war, all they signed for was the unity of Nigeria. When that unity is tilting, and there is nepotism everywhere, and you're not saying anything. So the same tactics of use and dump is what they have actually employed in him. He was allowed to rule, but he was being used and being dumped. This government started on the platter of flanizing the entire security apparatus of the country. When Buhari was sworn in, under 2 weeks of his being sworn in, he transferred the headquarters of the Nigerian military to Maiduguri. And that was the foundation of the flanization program. The flanization program started long ago, but he is the one that is actually executing the last phase of it, which is the elimination of certain people so they can take it over in order to align with all the policies and all the prophecies of Usman Dan Fodio. And my people have been so destroyed with hunger, with lack of electricity, with lack of infrastructure. So the entire Southwest have been made a dry land. We have nothing to boast of. Our people are hungry. Our youths have been, they are completely being destroyed. We have been completely contaminated as a people. No more hope for the Southwest. And to put up sort of injury, you went and closed our border so that no food will come to Southwest. That is a systematic destruction of the people, systematic decimation of the true life of the people of Southwest. This is the reality on ground, and people are not listening. We are sensitizing them to let them understand the doom, the real doom is coming. They are butchering people. They are killing people. No senators, no traditional ruler, no House of Rep members, no evil council chairmen are talking about it. It goes to show that they have paid them our price. And those people who are so-called the Tinubu elite Almanjiris, they don't care about our life as Yoruba people. This is the reality. So we have to understand that you can't be fooling everybody, and we need to come to our senses. Please go on.
Okay. Now you said a lot of things, and please, if you are watching us right now, I want you to like this page. I want you to share this page. I want you to tell your friends that I've got live with me, Mr. Fatai Ogunribido, a seasoned journalist in the UK, a publisher, well known and respected, and is here giving his mind and his views on the issue. And I'm here as a moderator only to ask him questions. Only to ask him questions. I've asked him questions, and he's provided his own view on how things are going. Southern governors have come out to say we want the rotation of presidency to them to the south come 2023. The northerners have come to say we have the numbers, and then some people have come out to say actually hold on, there is the middle belt. And when you even talk about the north, what are you talking about? You're not talking about the minority who are the Christians in the north. There's a lot of other people who are not Hausa Fulanis who are there, and you are just these corrupt politicians who are actually taking power for yourself. It's not actually about the people, because the northern people, the real northern people, don't mind the rotation going on for equity purposes. But they are coming out to say this have actually opened up a lot of issues, and people are raising concern. And this is now the reason why I need to ask Mr. Fatai some questions. I know that recently, even though Sunday Igboho is in Benin, where he's fighting for his right as a West African citizen and as a Nigerian, his right of movement, his right to of his life to life and property, and as a result, a judge of a judge in a court of competence have made an award. I know that 100 billion was asked for, but it was actually awarded 20 billion, and the government said they are going to appeal, but we've not heard anything about the appeal. Now, you've lived in UK, and you know that there was a recent incident that happened where some people had a contract with Nigerian government, and when the Nigerian government refused to pay them and they took Nigerian government to court and they refused to answer, they actually got an injunction to seize the Nigerian embassy, and it was only by grace of God that that did not happen. you as an insider in the Yoruba nation, is it possible, and I just want you to know, so it could be a breaking news here, is it possible that Sunday Igboho will be looking at going after Nigerian property using bailiffs, international bailiff, to go after Nigerian property in order to be able to secure the money and judgment that have been awarded to him by at least the first court? We know that there's a right to appeal, but if that appeal is not done within a certain time, that will be forfeited, and as a result, Igboho, if he's unable to get his money for his property in Nigeria, he can actually go after Nigerian property abroad. Do you think Sunday Igboho and his lawyers and people like you who are close to him, who have seen that a precedent has been set by the oil company that tried to take the Nigeria embassy and some of Nigeria's juicy property abroad, will Sunday Igboho be claiming or going after Nigerian property abroad to cover his money? What do you say about that, sir?
Well, we are talking about a corporate organization versus Nigeria as a country.
Hmm.
Igbo is only an individual. And let me explain this to you. What is crucial in Igbo's case is not even the award of the money. What is crucial in Igbo's case is the issue of Igbo and all his other associates not having committed any offense at all against any individual, against the state, or against the nation as a whole. So, in essence, the judgment of Justice Akintola in Ibadan has now put paid to any allegation that might have been leveled against both Igbo and the other 12 that were arrested in his house. It goes to show that no offense has been committed. By now, they should release every individual that were arrested in Igbo's house. Remember, 2 people were killed. So this government is a criminal. Buhari's government is a criminal government. And as I said, they have their mission, they have their agenda, which they are pursuing. They are pursuing it. So Igbo issue is beyond that is beyond the award that was given to him. We are just trying to let the entire world know that even though the money is very important because they destroyed his entire life. You can imagine how the government was taking law into his hands by using the apparatus of the state to destroy individuals. You went in the middle of the night, no search warrant, nothing, into an individual house with over 300 soldiers and with armored car, not in an event of war. So you can imagine, only in Nigeria can this happen. And why is it happening? It is an indirect message to many of us in the Southwest that already we are under conquest. That we have been conquered as a people. That is the message. If people don't really understand it, the message to the entire world is that the Fulanis have conquered the southwest of Nigeria. That is the message. And it's a bullying of both our traditional rulers, of our senators, of our House of Reps members, of all that connects as leadership into Yoruba people. It is like slapping them in the face and telling them they can't do anything because already their soul, their heart have been conquered. It's a spiritual message to them. It's an indirect information to them that you are useless and nothing can be done. Whatever we do unto you, you can't do anything back to us. That is the message. So the onus is now on us as you're able to tell them that we are not fools that they are taking us to be. By coming together in unity. What is on ground now is beyond politics. It is about the future of the race called the Yoruba race. It's about the future of the generations to come. It's about the future of even the children of Tinubu. Because I can assure you, when the wind rush happened here, nobody knew that even the generation that were born there 70, 80 years ago will be sent back home in one day. We saw what happened about 4 or 5 years ago here in UK. When they said everybody that had no passport or now no registration should go. Even those who are 70 years that are born here, they were living and many were committing suicide because they know where to go. So if Yorubas cannot stand together now in unity and fight for their land, nobody can predict what happens in another 40 years or 30 years. Because already our land has been taken over. Already we've been subjugated, we've been completely taken control of. We have completely been disarmed of any means of resistance. So our fate is in the hand of God now. And our leaders are thinking that Nigeria still exists. And our traditional rulers are thinking that Tinubu should be government. When these are people that are being used and dumped in divide and conquer, and after conquering, they now dump them into the dustbin of history. And we saw what happened in 2015 after Buhari was actually inaugurated, and he dumped Buhari in the dustbin of history until 2018, when general election remains 1 year, and they went back to bring him out, eulogized him. Can you tell me a typical Yoruba leader that is their brain? He cannot even have a foresight and have a hindsight of what has happened to him in the past 3.5 years, and still condescended to this government and went into even winning 2019 election for them. We are talking about the native intelligence of a Yoruba leader. And the brain of Tinubu is what is being used to gauge our own brain as Yoruba people. And it's not. Even an 18-year or secondary school Yoruba boy will never ever be so stupid as to condescend into a foolish sort of conspiracy, and you are being used against your own people, and because of easy money and you want to be president. See, so let us be realistic. All our heroes are being taken for granted. They are using them against us and using them to destroy us. When they wanted to, when we election, they brought in Tinubu. They wanted to do Ruga. They made Aregbesola the internal affairs minister so that he will execute that for them. When they wanted to know the secret of all our wealth, they brought Fayemi and put him in position of might and power. And he's the one that revealed to them all the powers that Yoruba has economically in terms of all the natural resources that we have. So all these things are happening right into our faces, and our traditional rulers are not calling all this into order. It's like they have sold their entire conscience to the Fulani race. They have sold their entire almost 200 million Yoruba, almost 120 million Yorubas in Nigeria. They have sold them into slavery. They have completely sold them all the money, all the rigs they are giving to them. Is like they are buying us from them. That is why when they are killing us, they don't even make any comment about it, because they don't want to offend the Buhari, those who are paying them. So they are telling us the money they are collecting from the government is more important than our life in Yoruba land. So it's now led for our people to understand that their life is online now. And if care is not taken in the next 2 to 3 years, Yoruba land will not exist anymore. That's the reality. Whether you like it or not, we are doing our own.
Okay. I want to show you something, sir. So what we saw there, sir, what we saw there are people Yoruba people who just got fed up and said that, you know what, we need to expel these people because they are causing so much havoc in our community. A lot of things are happening and people are getting fed up. Now, sir, let me ask you a question. You have been around for quite some time and you've seen a lot of things happening. I think for the first time, it looks as if there's been a change in the Yoruba nation's approach. And when I mean a change for the better, not a change for the worst. Because some of the concerns that a lot of people have had was that, you know what, there's no need to insult other Yoruba people. Maybe they don't know. Maybe it's like a scenario where Jesus say, ẹ dáríjì wọ́n nítorí wọn ò mọ nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe ni. But Jesus never insulted them. he understood that maybe their eyes was not yet open to the revelation. But we've noticed in the last 2, 3, 4 months that they've not been insult of Obas. People have not been insulting any Oba anymore. People have now been talking intelligently and putting their argument forward. Is it a new strategy of the Yoruba nation that, you know what, there's no need to insult any Yoruba person, but let's just continue with our agenda to educate and educate and educate our people about what is happening? And what is your comment about your brother Fani Kayode, who has now switched over to APC and has been saying a lot of things that have made some people doubt his credibility? What is your view on that, sir?
Well, thank you very much for that sort of points that you have raised. I'm actually sorry about that. I'm just trying to. Somebody is knocking on the door. So I'm just
Okay,
trying
you can.
to. Okay, just 1 second. And I'll be back. Just 1 second.
Okay,
And I'll be back.
okay, yeah. So as we were saying, we've seen a lot of things that is happening in Nigeria, and it's important to put things in perspective. Teki, if you're watching me right now, I want you to like this page. I want you to share this page. I want you to tell your friends and family, wherever they are right now, to join us on this discussion, because we're going to be talking about a lot of things. Especially, let me while we're waiting for my brother who is trying to attend to 1 or 2 things. So let me deal with one issue about the bandit. And I know there's a lot of issues that is going on in Nigeria, and some people that are calling for bandit to be um, designated as a terrorist group. I am not of that. Not supporting that, and I'll give you my reason as an expert in this field of security. Um, you cannot actually designate or prescribe bandits as terrorists, and I'll give you reasons. Because when you look at the definition of who a terrorist is or what a terrorist group is, and you look at Nigerian law, it is surprising that a lot of Nigerian legislators, a lot of Nigerian legislators are invoking emotional conversation in their debate about terrorism. And it's important that we get them to talk like parliamentarians and actually look at the law. What does the terrorism law say? The terrorism law is very, very clear. Terrorism law says that in order for a group or an individual to be said to be a terrorist, that individual must create fear in the community or the people in that area. Yes, this group meets the bandit group meets that thing. They must actually create fear. They must cause problem and all those kind of things. But they must have philosophical, religious, or other reasons why they are doing what they are doing. This group, the only thing that is motivating them is money. There are some group among them that say they are Fulanis who are fighting because their brothers have been designated or they be attacked, their property have been taken over and things like that. Their cattle. But even at that, it will be difficult for you to now brand bandits as terrorists, because for you to brand a group as a terrorist, there must be a group. You must have a name for them. So how many bandits are we going to brand as? Are we going to call them Sokoto bandits, terrorists, Niger State bandits, Kebbi State bandits, Zafara State? Is that the way we are going to give them? Or are we going to give them different names? Because if you are going to do that, we have more than 160 different groups of bandits. Are we going to brand all of them as terrorists? Are we going to proscribe them? It's going to be difficult, because if you brand them as a terrorist, then you have to now proscribe them so that people can't join them, people can't support them, people can't sell food to them. What I would have recommended that Nigerian does is come up with an anti-banditry legislation that actually move them and actually designate them as a domestic, a non-combatant enemy, a a domestic not combatant enemy. So when you do that, you can say, okay, if they're carrying weapon, they are not a uniform group, that they are carrying weapon against the state. This is how we're going to deal with them. But you don't call them a terrorist, because if you call them a terrorist, when you go to court, you will not be able to win, because they are not Islamic. They are not a group. They don't wear uniform. They are not. You can't. So for that reason, it's going to be difficult to call them a terrorist, because they don't have a philosophy. They are mainly money oriented. You understand? And that is it. I'm going to wait for my brother to come back. Once he comes back, I'll bring him on board. So for that reason, I believe the only solution that the Nigerian legislators should be looking at is creating an anti-bandit legislation. And that anti-banditry legislation will talk about grounds upon which a group can be called a non-combatant enemy of the state. And then you can list those bands. And then you could say that they can be, it will be domestic, it will be internal. So because it's internal, what it means is that it will be a domestic legislation that says that this group in Zafara State, you list the names of the individuals, are now designated as an enemy of the state, and as a result, we can go after them. But you can't why it is easy for you to say you want to go after the Yoruba nation is because they are outside. Sunday Igboho, his people, they've come out and they are out there. But how many bandits? You don't even know the names of the bandits. Bandits are creating different group of 20, group of 30, group of 300. They don't have a religious inclination. They don't have a nationalist inclination. So I believe that approach that the government is taking is wrong, and that again shows how our legislators are taking our money, and now they are not doing what they are supposed to do. But let me go to my brother who is back and let him give us his views for another 5-6 minutes, sir. So go ahead, sir.
Yes, I've been listening to you, and I can assure you that you are actually doing a very good job for Buhari's government, because you've been giving them solutions to how they can defend themselves as against all the array of allegations and all the atrocities they are committing. You are downsizing and downgrading the magnitude of the terror that the so-called Boko Haram and their associates, the war mercenaries that have been imported, those who have been planted into our bushes to kidnap our people, raping them and destroying their life, even sending villagers out of their hamlets and villages, even raping mothers, and you are doing a very good PR for this government. I wish they recognize you.
No, okay, sir. Let me correct. Let me
Now let's go
let
to
me
the real
correct.
issue. Let us go to the real
Okay,
issue
okay.
because we
Let me
today.
give me a right of reply for 30 seconds, sir. I'm not
About
saying that they should not go. I'm not saying they should not go after the bandits.
it
I'm
is
only
it
saying
is
that if
it is it
they
is right
call
for
them
them.
terrorists,
It is right for
they
this
will not be
government.
able to win in court.
It
They
is
should
right for
create a
them,
law for
but,
them and
they
deal with
can
them.
tag the IPOB as terrorists, and they can chase them and carry and put the can in a box and
But
imported
they're not
in
winning in court either. They're,
okay.
but they're not winning in court.
Yeah,
If you look
the
at it, I even want to
more
ask you, sir, what is your view?
through
Sorry,
your
sir,
own,
what is your view?
they are winning the moral view through your own advice now. I can assure you they'll be so happy with the way you are defending them and trying to downgrade the activities of these terrorists. And I only pray that it won't come to our doorstep one day, so that you understand the reality of what they are doing. You know the
Okay,
antecedents of
let
all
me ask
this.
you a question. They
But you
said
know the
that
history.
the
You know the history of
yes, sir.
how these people came to Nigeria. They imported the war
Yeah,
mercenaries prior to 2015 election, thinking
yeah.
that the Donald will win that election. So they can
Mhm.
I think you were there where we went to a frontline embassy, and they were
Yeah,
telling us that if the Jonathan's were going to leave Nigeria in 2017, and that
true.
did not play up simply because Jonathan was able to relinquish the government for them. You remember September 2014, before the election, we were crying, we don't want war in Nigeria, and we sent our reps to that embassy, and they assured us that the North was going to leave. If Jonathan had actually stayed in government, you see the same incumbency factor that he used to decimate Boko Haram, so that he completed that tenure of office. If he had stayed in government, what they were planning to do was to create mayhem for 2 years and then quit in 2017. And the result of what we had in that embassy on that particular day was what manifested in 2017 June 6 pronouncement, which actually told the Igbos to leave the North, giving them 3 months. So if the Northern elites can import people to come and defend themselves because they wanted to wage war against South because of the presidency being held by Jonathan, and Jonathan said he saw blood coming and he immediately left the government for them. So it got to show that the same program, the same agenda they were pursuing was actually in their priority. And they saw Jonathan as a stumbling block to that agenda. And that was the reason why they brought in all these mercenaries. So all this, they have precedences, they have their sources. They imported these people thinking that Jonathan will use incumbency to win that election, and after which they will now subject Nigeria to darkness for 2 years, waging war against southern Nigeria. That was
okay. Let me ask you a question, Sam. And I know you're a very honest man, and you answer my question. We being people in Europe who have seen a lot of things, if you pick, like they picked a man now around Zamfara and around Niger State, who they said is a well-known bandit who has killed a lot of people, caused a lot of havoc. I am confident, and I'm not saying it, I want that man to actually face the music and, if possible, face the death sentence. If they take him to court today, based on Nigerian terrorism law, the guy will be set free. So what I'm saying is, because by the time you look at the Nigerian law and what it says about the definition of terrorism and proscription of anybody as a terrorist group, that guy will not fit it. But if you create an anti-banditry law that says that anybody that goes into somebody's land, that kill and rape people, that take money, that kidnap people, will be viewed as an enemy of the state that is carrying weapon, and that they should face the same death sentence, same long sentence, everything the same. But don't call it terrorism. The reason I'm saying that, call them domestic, even if you call it domestic terrorist law, it will be much better. And I understand where Mr. John is going with the Red Brigade terrorists and the Zach skin terrorists. The bottom line is that how many terrorists, as we know by law, based on statistics, there are more than 160 bandits across the across the northwest and north central who are infiltrating the southwest. And these guys have between them 60,000 weapons. So these guys have every look of a terrorist, but you can't call them terrorists because they do not have an intention, they do not have an Islamic intention. And even if they have it, they've not come out. If they come out and say we are Islamic, so, then we can attack them and call them Islamic. But they've not come out. They are only after money and to kill our women and to take us out of our land. Some of them are animalistics, as we know. Fulani people are not even Muslims, as we know. Some of them might be, but not all of them. Okay, but that is the truth. And sometimes when we want to deal with these things, sir, I'm talking from an intelligent perspective as a security expert. If you want to deal with this thing, if you call them terrorists, sir, if we call them terrorists, we are playing into the hands of those people, because when they take them to court, they will free them because they will not meet that law. But if you call them an uncombated enemy of the state, you can still give them death sentence. You can still give them long life imprisonment, but you will not be. You will be able to win that case.
And who is going to do that? The government.
Now, this is where.
Excuse me, sir. The government that is the accuser. that is the
It should be the House of Assembly. They should come up with the law.
Government is the accuser, is the prosecutor, is the jury, is the judge, is the executioner. They are the one importing these people, and here you want them to read. I mean, these people, what is banditry means, and what is that? Rough people who disturb communities. But we are talking about ammunition wielding people, gun wielding mercenaries, professional war mercenaries, and you are giving. I said it. You are giving this government good PR. I hope they compensate you for it, because you say honestly, even those who are our people, experts in the government, they can't do the better than you are doing for them. You are already doing it for them.
I'm only a rancor. And my job is to.
You are degrading the intensity, the magnitude of the violence being committed by some criminals.
No. For people, for people that do those kind of things, they should face the full wrath of the law.
Let me ask you these questions.
Okay.
What has Sunday Igboho done to deserve what they did to him?
What has Sunday Igboho done to
the government that that his home was besieged with 300 personnel of military? What has he done? And then tell me,
and the
what has IPOB done that has made the government to prescribe IPOB and target a terrorist organization? So the thing is, you are putting yourself across for people as if you are not honest in your opinions, which is very unfortunate.
No.
You are a very hardworking person. You are a security expert, but you are bending that law so that the system can sympathize with you, which is very unfortunate. We are talking about law of people who are being put into risk. That within a few years' time, there will be problems. We are being realistic here, and you are downsizing the crime.
No.
Terrorists.
No. You see, that's why we say. Okay, hold on. Let me ask you a question, sir. When kidnapping became a serious issue in Southeast, they created a death sentence for kidnapping in Southeast, and that dealt with it. It did. But they didn't call them a terrorist. They called them kidnappers, and they dealt with them. Anyone that goes into people's villages to go and kill innocent people with no weapon should face the wrath of the law and should face it. But if you are thinking
the kidnappers, is this government supporting them or not? How many kidnappers have this government arraigned in the court of law?
And that's the point. That's the point I'm going to, sir. Because if you leave,
they know they are kidnappers. They are kidnapping people and they are taking ransoms. You understand me? So
yes,
how many of those kidnappers have Buhari government put in court, and the entire world knows that kidnappers have been sentenced? And that
is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No, hold on, sir. You have just answered my question, sir. You have just answered my question for me. The same government that said that there are 400 sponsors of Boko Haram and yet have not mentioned one name of the Boko Haram. Can you trust this government to add bandits to the group and have another 200 bandit group, and you think they'll be able to find them? They will not be able to find them. If they can't even find Boko Haram,
how can they find them when they are their sponsors? I've told you, they are the accusers.
Now, let me ask you a question. Sir. They said,
let me tell you, there is no reason for us playing on semantics here. The problem we are having, Nigeria is on the verge of collapse. This is the reality, and we can see it. We can see all the traces. All the traces. We see all. I mean, we have seen what is happening on the land. The worst is coming, and we haven't seen this government being so proactive about even tackling the issue of terrorism in Nigeria. So you are not being realistic in your opinion. Is it that you are wrong?
Listen.
Is it that you are wrong assessing the situation, or you are doing this in order to
no.
This government?
Should we hold on? Because you see, sometimes it's good for our viewers. Because when we are talking about this, I'm talking from an object. I'm talking as an expert in this field. So I can quote this to offer. What I'm saying to you now, sir, is that if you allow this government, hold on, sir. If you allow this government, sir, hold on, sir. If you allow this government, if you allow the National Assembly to play with our brains and designate all the different groups of bandits as terrorists, believe you me, not one single one of them will sleep in Nigerian jail, because they will win that case easily. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Because when you look at the definition,
The
hold on, sir.
government is the
I will
accused, is the
explain, sir.
judge, is the jury, is the executioner, is the
Exactly, exactly.
so,
And that's
so the
why.
government is supposed to bringing them in. How can you bat a finger that is feeding you? They are
Hold on,
bringing
sir.
all this. They are bringing all these war mercenaries. They are kidnapping everybody. They are killing everybody. They are mutilating bodies in the bushes. They are. We see everything that is
Can I
happening.
ask you a question, sir?
If the government can go
As
to
we
Igbo's
speak, sir.
house, excuse me, if the government can go to Igbo's house with armored cars, tearing the house to pieces with armored cars, you understand me? And you are telling me there's justification in doing that in a country that
doing what?
no, bandits. I mean, they are not bandits. They are war mercenaries. Well, bandits laying down on the on the words on what they are. They are bandits are just they are just makers.
Okay.
They
Can I ask you so?
Killers who are
When you look
every day.
See, sir, let's talk statistics, sir. The same government that said that 5,000 Boko Haram members surrendered, and they could not show 100 weapons from those 5,000 people that surrendered. They could not show any armored car from those 5,000 people. The reason why they took those people on was because they cannot even prosecute them. Because when you look at the Nigerian terrorism anti-terrorism law of 2011 and 2015 updated, you found that the Nigerian government does not even have the capacity to take these people to court and win a case against them. But that aside, maybe me and you will have to sit down, because I'm talking from my experience of many years in this field, and I'm telling you now that if they designate bandits, 150 group of bandits as terrorists, believe you me, not one single one of them will see a jail cell. And I'm saying it sincerely because I know that this government will not be able to, they don't have the capacity and the competence to get them into the court, because they will not be able to find enough material. But let me ask you a question. They
have the capacity and the urge to visit the boss house and destroy people there and kill people there. So
and the court has awarded 20 billion because what they did was wrong. The court has awarded 20 billion to show that what they did was wrong. Now, sir, let me ask you a question. They said that they wanted to.
Can that bring back the 2 people that they have killed? I am
telling
you that these people are on the verge. They are on the. These people are on the verge of destroying your souls as a Yoruba person. They are on the verge of taking down your people and depopulating your people into, I mean, taking away almost 2/3 of those people, because the colonization is coming to Nigeria, and they have to.
Let me just give me 1 second. Give me. Give me 5 seconds, sir. If you're watching us right now, I'm with Mr. Fatai, and we're talking live. Hold on, sir. If you're watching me right now, I'm with Mr. Fatai, and we're talking live, frank discussion between brothers, giving it everything that needs to be given. If you're watching me right now, I want you to like this page, share this page, and tell your friends that we are live on this discussion. Mr. Fatai, they said that they wanted, the reason why they've not released the remaining 4 Igboho members of Igboho friends and family who were taken from his house is because they wanted to file them to court. They wanted to take them to court, but they said that one chance people stole the document from the DSS car in Abuja. What is your view on that? That they said they prepared document and that document was taken from their car. Is it possible that one chance a non-known a group that is not even a bandit can take a document from a DSS armed car, escorted vehicle? They took the document from there, and because of that, they are unable to file their case against the 4 members of the Igboho who they said they wanted to brand as terrorists. What's your view on that?
When we started this program, I think I explained to you that over 200 million Nigerians have been taken for granted. They have been taken for fools and idiots. And that is, and it is not their fault, because that is the way we parade ourselves to them. If they've been unleashing all this terror on us for a very long time and we remain inactive, we can't resist, we can't talk, we can't fight back, Why wouldn't they be fooling us? Why wouldn't they be lying to us where they're lying? It is normal. They know these people have committed no offense. They can't see anything that will allow them to. They can't. As I'm talking to you, no charge has been preferred against these people. Even
Okay.
Igbo in the Republic of Bimbini, they are because there is no any evidence of any sin committed by them. This is the reality.
Let me ask you, sir. Let me ask you,
Excuse me.
sir.
I haven't answered the question. So
Oh, yeah.
if
Okay.
the people got anything to say against these people, why would it now? Let us even assume that documents were stolen. Who actually prepared those documents? Where are the
Was it not
drafts
prepared in the
that they
computer?
used before they, excuse me, where are the drafts that they used to type out those things inside the computer? Where are the drafts that they used to produce the sheets upon sheets, maybe hundreds of them, that they are going to present in court to the judges? How long does it take them? And they will tell you they haven't got duplicates somewhere. How long would it take all their so-called lawyers to prepare new allegations against them based on what had been stolen? So these people, they're only fooling you and me. And it's a pity.
But you know as well as, sir, you know as well as I do. You know as well as I do that in this modern age, you use your laptop to type a document. You save it on your document. You save it. When you print it out as a lawyer, you put your document. You have a file in your office. So even if a file was taken in less than 5 minutes, you can reprint the document. So it shows that.
At least you must have more than 2, 3, 4, 5 people that are sharing the same document that you are taking to court.
True.
Apart from the one that you have in your own office. So you can see that the idiotic nature of this government is they are exposing themselves as non-entities, as mediocre.
I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to answer in English in 1 minute. And then we're going to switch to Yoruba for 5 minutes, and then we end the program so that we can give our people an opportunity. Sir, the Southeast now have successfully implemented a sit at home, which is really affecting Nigerian government, even to the extent that the governors are complaining. Some people are complaining, but a lot of there was no celebration, no bank was open on Independence Day. It was a disgrace to the Nigerian state. When is the Yoruba nation going to start taking some of the more strategic approach that we see in the Southeast? Because some of the people have said that even if you try and what do you call it? If you try and put sitting in Yoruba land, or you try and say people should not eat meat on a Friday, that those things will not work in the South because the Southerners are not joined up like they are in the Southeast or in the North. What is your view on that? But before you say that, I want to respond to Mr. John Olodo as a law graduate. When a document, hold on, sir. He said when a document, when there is no copy, the document does not exist. Exactly, sir. That was what I said. The document should have been on their share folder. You know, you file a case in court, you must have your own copy. It's idiotic, just like Mr. Fatai said, for somebody to come and think they could fool the Nigerian people to say some people stole the document from them in day broad light. It just shows that they don't know what they are talking about. So I agree with you, and that was exactly what I said. So, sir, Mr. Fatai, answer that question in 1 minute, and then we'll switch to Yoruba, sir.
Well,
can we do no day and people sitting at home in Yoruba land, people not eating meat and not eating cow in Yoruba land on a Friday or something like that, just to show our displeasure in the Yoruba land? What do you think?
Let me tell you something. There is no unity in Yoruba land now that can warrant us being so motivated or mobilized for sitting or sit at home sort of strategies that the Southeast is actually embarking upon now. We have seen how we've been so much brainwashed into Tinubuism. So the Tinubu factor has completely destroyed the unity of Yoruba people now, because many people still believe Tinubu is going to be, despite the history that we have in Nigeria. How Babawolowo was killed, how Abiola was manipulated and killed, how, you know, even Tinubu is being tossed around like an errand boy, and how Oshibajo has been made to be reading newspaper in his office, being given no role. We see all this. And why? Because Tinubu is thought to be the next president of Nigeria, despite the fact that it's being tossed as an idiot. It's being spat on at the back. So, but one thing I want you to know is this: Yoruba people have their own unique way of fighting. They don't believe in violence. That is the reason why you can see, despite all the atrocity being committed by this mercenary, it is not that Yorubas can't fight back. We see these Fulanis on the street, we cannot attack them because we believe that a divine intervention is coming. Because when you mean well and people are taking your nature for granted, a divine intervention will come that will destroy those enemies who you have never offended and who are destroying you. So we believe in nature and we believe in God, and we know that whatever is being planned against the nation is going to be destroyed. And those who are even trying to do this machination, who are planning all this, they will end up destroying themselves. We believe in that. And that's the reason why if we are mobilized, unity in Yoruba land, let me tell you, when there's unity in Yoruba land, nothing can ever tarnish it. But the factor that is dividing Yoruba nation now, the factor that is dividing Yoruba people now is the Tinubu factor. Those who are benefiting from his money, those who want for so not knowing that their rights are being stamped on, so they think we went to Tinubu is in this government. That is what whereas those who are pushing Tinubu, they are pushing him to his own sort of doom. That is the reality.
Okay, let me ask you in 1 minute. In 1 minute, as we switch before we switch to Yoruba.
The approach towards Yoruba people. Let me remind you. Remember, immediately this government came to power, they transferred the headquarters of military to Maiduguri. That was how they laid their foundation for the finalization program. And immediately, every southern that is in strategic positions, you remember, the DSS chief executive, you remember Kemi Adeosun, all these things. They are working tirelessly. You understand me? On the script that is being, everything has been pre-planned as they are planning it. I'm telling you. That is why after taking over the entire security apparatus, the entire security apparatus have been taken over. The economic aspect has been taken over completely. They are leaving us in a desert of hopelessness, in a desert of penury. That they have realized that it is now that we are weak that they want to overrun us, and that overrunning is coming. And that's why we are going to have the ethnic cleansing. And let me tell you, I explained to you earlier on, these people, they know the best way to deal with us. They know that we are not united as a people. And that's why they are using few, paying them the ransom of our life. All the so-called senators, all the so-called traditional rulers, all the so-called House of Reps members, all the governors, they have been paid our money. That's why they are not talking when we are being killed. The power belongs to the people. If today there's unity in Yoruba land and the kings and the governors are united with the people who are seeking for this self-examination, the problem, even if any harassment wants to come to any traditional ruler in Southwest, if the traditional ruler and the governor mobilizes the people from Jeba to Lagos, I am assuring you, when 3 million, only 3 million come out, I'm telling you, the war will be fought and our enemies will be defeated. But all that, they don't really understand that they have the power to get themselves out of the chain that they are being chained down. They are being put under local government now. Nobody is respecting our king anymore. The governors are stooges to the federal government. The constitution is what is being used to destroy us, and yet they swore to that constitution. And so everything that is happening now is working to the advantage of those who want to destroy us. And those that are representing us they are not representing Yoruba people. They are representing the influence of Tinubu in the government. And that's the reason why we are helpless. So they would rather fight to ensure Tinubu is in governance, even at the expense of over 120 million Yorubas in the southwest to kill us. They don't mind. As long as Tinubu comes to the presidency and win that presidency, they don't care. So it's also because Tinubu is the one, is people on one side and Yoruba nation, Yoruba people on the other side. This is the reality. Divide and conquer. We've been conquered. That's the reality. Only divide that can save us. Maybe if we want to have some calls.
Thank you so much, sir. Before I let you,
the Yoruba fashion you said, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to go to Yoruba version in 3 minutes. I had to change my location for viewers who might be surprised that I've changed my location. I had to change my location because my battery was going low. So apologize for that. So I wanted to ask you, we've seen a lot of things happening we've seen a lot of things happening with we see a lot of things happening with the ongoing challenges in at least in southeast Nigeria. What would be your advice to the Igbo people at the moment that they should stop the killing that is going on in southeast Nigeria? What's your view on that? Just in 30 seconds so that we can move to Yoruba.
You see, the point is everybody has his own way of actually solving problems. If the Southerners think the traitors, the betrayers among them are those that are actually pushing back their freedom, well, that is their style. But one thing that Omoluabi values most, as the way we were brought up and the way we were born, is life. So it is advisable for them to find a way that even those they are killing today may still be of usefulness for them in future. They have to rethink again and find a way into that, into solving that problem rather than killing their own people the way they are killing them. I understand their frustration. I know those who they are traitors, they are betrayers, and they are being dealt with. Even on several occasions, I can assure you that so many of us are thinking along the same line, but we have to tell them, no, that is not us. Don't do it. That's why you haven't been seeing Yoruba, because all our enemies, we know them. Yorubas know their enemies. They walk on the street every day. They drive on the street, but they can show interest towards them when they see them, but not to the extent of touching them, because we value life, and we don't just take life anyhow. And we are thinking that somebody who may be your enemy today may still be your friend tomorrow. We all are one as a unit, as Yoruba people, and we are all having our uniqueness that God has embedded in us. And we believe that even those who are against Yoruba self-agitation or self-determination today, in future, when they get better education about life, they will know that they are the people that we are fighting for. Because by the time Yoruba nation comes to be, within few years, many countries of the world will never stand our economic prowess or our economic stand, because that is the way we are. And when Nigeria we are talking today, who constitutes Nigeria? Is Yoruba people and the Igbos. Who are why they say Nigeria is diaspora? Is Yoruba is diaspora or Biafra is diaspora? So those who are sitting in the government and just investing people's money, exploiting our expertise, exploiting our talent, exploiting our resources, exploiting everything that we are, they've completely taken over on our destiny as a people. And they are using it. It's like they are using our glory to emerge. So why can't we snatch back our glory and build ourselves and let the entire world know that the black has got the brain? So that's the reason why they will try, even the big one will try not to allow us to have our independence, because they know what the right people, what they are capable of doing. So if we can bring ourselves so down and we are condescending to all the tricks and all the strategies that the Europeans are teaching these Fulani people and they are using against us, and we can't speak out, and well, it's a problem. We should understand it, that we are under serious conspiracy and we have been undermined for several years. It is left for us now to come back to our senses and understand that we have to now. And when people are saying that we are a fool, prove them they are not a fool. So this is the reality about we the Yoruba. We don't believe in killing. We don't believe in taking people's lives. We still give the benefit of the doubt for people. So I advise the Easterners, please stop the killing. You are destroying your own talent. You are destroying your own people. Imagine how Dr. Akwili was killed, and the wife, this man's wife, served that country, and he was the one that actually exposed all the atrocities of APC government. So we should find a way to solve this problem, not killing our own people the way they are killing themselves.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wherever you're watching us from live now, I want you to please call your friends and family. We have another 10 minutes. 10 minutes of serious conversation which will be in Yoruba language. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sí orí ètò wa. Orúkọ tèmi ni Temitope Olodo, ọmọ tá à ń wá láti ìlú Ọdí-Òmu ní Ọ̀ṣun State ní ilẹ̀ Káàárọ̀ Òjíire. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín pé ẹ̀ ń jẹ́ wa ní wákàtí ọ̀wọ̀ yìí. Mo wà pẹ̀lú brọ́dà mi ọ̀gbẹ́ni akọ̀wé Mr. Fatai Ari Oguribido. Ẹgbẹ́ Yorùbá mi ti improve sí. Mo ti improve. So ẹ ṣé gan káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. A ti sọ̀rọ̀ lọ ní èdè Yorùbá, èdè òyìnbó. So èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. So nísìnyí àdẹ̀gbọ́ ó dùn mí gan pé àwọn fídíò tí mo save tí mo fẹ́ fi ṣe àwọn kinní yìí most of them kọ́ misbehave ni, but tó bá di next week Saturday ní agbára Ọlọ́run mo ní àwọn fídíò kan tí mo fẹ́ play including fídíò èèyàn kan tó wá láti north tó ní pé àwọn ní 170 million táwọn fi máa ṣe ìbò. Gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó pa àti ogbó ẹ̀ tí mo fẹ́ kẹ́.
Already the election is won even now before they do. So ara wa là ń tàn ní south west. Àwọn èèyàn wa wá yẹ.
Gbogbo àwọn tó vote.
Nǹkan sáré ṣì ń bọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ fi wọ́n lẹ̀ kán má gba Yorùbá nation gbọ́. Nǹkan tó wà mú sáré ṣì ń bọ̀. Every you will see.
So now àti wá dé kókó ọ̀rọ̀ báyìí nísìnyí mo fẹ́ fún yín ní 5 minutes. A wà ní 6:58, 2 minutes to 7. Mo fẹ́ fún yín wọ 7:05 sà. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ sí àwọn ọmọ Káàárọ̀ Òjíire. Torí bó sọ̀rọ̀ kan ní òyìnbó mo dẹ̀ máa tún sọ ní Yorùbá. Mo ní pé inú mi ń dùn díẹ̀díẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ ti bá a lot of people ló ti pè mí pé inú àwọn dùn pé àwọn bó ṣe máa ń bú àwọn èèyàn tẹ́tẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn orí pé ó ti tán. Pé kọ́ wo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní South East tó ń para wọn bó ṣe pààyàn ní South East tó ń pa ọmọ Ìgbò pé kò dáa pé but inú àwọn dùn pé a ti move away from that. Tá a bá fẹ́ lé èèyàn kúrò ká lé àwọn yẹn kúrò but let's move pé a ti move away from the violence ká bá bú ọba bú àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ ní èdè òyìnbó pé àwọn tí wọn gbà lónìí tí wọn accept lónìí ó lè di ọ̀la tẹ́pẹ́ àwọn ganan máa gbé bí ọ̀rọ̀ Paul náà ni. Paul kúkú gba Jésù ṣe bóun ló pa àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn Jésù but òun gan ló wá kọ 2/3 of the Bible. So ìyẹn mì pé there is a time and season for everybody. Ìgbà míì wà tẹ́ pé ojú èèyàn mi ò ní ṣí sí ọ̀rọ̀ bá a ní láti bú wọn a kàn ní láti bring wọn to knowledge ni. Inú mi dẹ̀ dùn pé in the last 7 live at least 2 months nísìn èébú àwọn ọba wa ọba kábíyèsí àkábíyèsí wọn ti kúrò nílẹ̀ gbogbo pé a máa jó wọn ná a máa pa wá àti kúrò nílẹ̀. So a dúpẹ́ pé àwọn èèyàn bí ẹ̀yin ẹ̀ ti ń bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ and we are now having conversation like this because there is nothing wrong in us having this conversation. Káwọn èèyàn bá mọ̀ nígbà tẹ́mi àti bá sọ̀rọ̀ tán nísìnyí èmi àti nígbà tá a bá sọ̀rọ̀ tán lórí platform nísìnyí èmi àti sì máa sọ̀rọ̀ tá a máa sọ̀rọ̀ long tá a máa sọ̀rọ̀ ń bá wo kankan. So àwọn èèyàn ò mọ̀ pé à ń sọ̀rọ̀ everyday so òye omi pé tá a bá sọ̀rọ̀ tá a pariwo ń bì nísìnyí omi pé à ń jà rárá à ń sọ view wa ni and this view yes and then so that àwọn èèyàn á lè ní informed discussion informed conversation á lè rí pé òkè nǹkan tí Mr. Fatai sọ ó dáa nǹkan tí Mr. Olodo sọ wọn sọ dáadáa ń bì ẹ jẹ́ kó explain àwọn dáadáa màá dẹ̀ explain pé báyìí mo dẹ̀ ṣe rí báyìí mo ṣe rí o báyìí mo ṣe rí o and then okay báyìí ni so nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ so mo fẹ́ fún yín 5 minutes kẹ́ bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ sí àwọn èèyàn wa so báyìí ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ láti inú ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ ọmọlúàbí sí wọn pé kọ́ wo kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ àwọn gómìnà wa ní pé àníṣe it's either south west or nowhere àwọn èèyàn kan dẹ̀ ti sọ wọ́n ní pé ó gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ terrorism ó gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ banditry tí náà ti gọ́ bá tẹ̀lé lọ on their own gan Yorùbá land ò ní a single violent issue in fact they will be like Switzerland àwọn kan dẹ̀ ní tẹ bá sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ o ṣe bí ìlú kan ní Sudan, South Sudan, tẹ́pẹ́ láti ìgbà tó ti gba òmìnira ṣe náà ń jà láàrin ara wọn. Ṣé Yorùbá ò ní rí bẹ́ẹ̀? So ẹ bá mi sọ sí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín, gbogbo ilé mo kí yín, ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́, ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ káàsán, ẹ kú àyálẹ̀ta, ẹ kú ìrọ̀lẹ́, ìyẹn lórí ibi tá a bá wà, nítorí pé bólúwa ṣe ṣiṣẹ́ ọ̀nà ìyanu ni, ibi tí àwọn kan fi ṣe ọjọ́, àwọn kan fi ṣe alẹ́, àwọn kan fi ṣe òwúrọ̀. So mo kí gbogbo yín gan ni, mo dẹ̀ tẹríba níwájú yín, bàbá mi, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi, gbogbo ilé tá à ń sọ náà, ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣe àlàyé kan fún yín. Ṣé rí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń bú ọba tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀, ṣé rí ìtara tó ń mú àwọn Ìgbò láti máa pa àwọn ọ̀dàlẹ̀ ìlú wọn, ìtara ẹ̀ náà ló ń ṣe ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire tó fi ń bú àwọn bàbá wa, nítorí wípé ẹni tó bá wo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tí àwọn ọba ò sọ̀rọ̀, táwọn gómìnà ò sọ̀rọ̀, a lè máa sọ wípé wọ́n ní àwọn nǹkan táwọn fẹ́ ṣe, ṣùgbọ́n àsìkò kan wà tó jẹ́ wípé kò ń ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kán fi mọ́ra rárá. Nígbà tó rí ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire bó ṣe ń pa wọ́n nípakúpa, tó jẹ́ kò sí èsì, even nígbà tí wọ́n pa ọmọ bàbá Fáṣọ̀rántì, níbi tí bàbá Tinubu níbi tó desperate láti gbàjọba dé, ó ní àwọn tán ló pa á, ṣe wọ́n sọ pé àwọn cattle rearers, ṣe wọ́n sọ pé àwọn herdsmen ni, ó ní where are the cows? What more said out word could be spilled out more than that? Ìyẹn rí i pé he doesn't feel concerned about it. Ó wá ń defend àwọn tí ò kì í ṣe ìran ẹ̀ ló ń defend. Ṣé yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀? Tí ẹ bá wá rí àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ káàárọ̀ oòjíire tára ń ta wípé irú ìyàwó ló ń ṣubú lu ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire yìí, tí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní bú Tinubu, àwọn èèyàn máa ní wọ́n bú Tinubu, ṣùgbọ́n ìtara, nítorí pé kò sẹ́ni tó fẹ́ kí orílẹ̀-èdè òun tàbí ẹ̀yà òun kó parun kúrò ní orílẹ̀-èdè alààyè. Ìdí èyí lẹ ṣe rí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa tí wọ́n ń sọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n ń sọ. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀dẹ̀ wá tíbi ìyá sáná kí èso ògùn, ká tẹ̀dẹ̀ wá nípa àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, wọ́n ń bú àwọn ọba, wọ́n ń bú àwọn ìjòyè. Ṣé ìdí ìyẹn ni wọ́n ní àgbàdo rárá gbà? Ṣé ìyẹn ló máa wá jẹ́ kí àwọn ọba àtàwọn gómìnà àtàwọn ìjòyè torí pé wọ́n bú wọn, ìyẹn ló máa wá jẹ́ kán wá sọ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá di aṣálẹ̀, kán wá tu gbogbo wa sí ìhòòhò kan torí àwọn kan bú mi nì, kán wá pa wá run? Ṣó yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀? Ṣé bí alẹ́ akátá lọ ná, àwa fi àbọ̀ bá ẹ̀dìyẹ, ká tẹ̀sí kọ́kọ́ papọ̀ náà, ká ja ìjà yìí, kí bàbá wá nítorí pé ọmọ òun ó tàpá sí òfin tó ń ṣe láàrin ilé, òun wá fẹ́ kọ́ ọmọ yẹn lọ kú. Irú bàbá wo lè ṣe irú ẹ̀? Ọmọ tí bàbá ẹ̀ bí lábẹ́, kó wá ní pé nítorí pé ọmọ yẹn ó rùd sóhun, kó wá lọ ti sẹ́nu mọ́tò, kò possible. So tẹ́ bá rí àwọn tó ń tara tó ń kó ṣe, ẹ mọ̀ pé gbogbo ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire ni wá, inú ẹ̀jẹ̀ ló wà láti máa pọ̀ fún bàbá àti ìyá wa, inú ẹ̀jẹ̀ ló wà láti fẹ́ràn ọmọlàkejì gẹ́gẹ́ bí ara wa, inú ẹ̀jẹ̀ wa ló wà tó fi jẹ́ wípé bó jẹ́ ọjọ́ kan ṣoṣo mo gbà lọ́wọ́ mi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀gbọ́n, mi gbọ́dọ̀ fi ọ̀wọ̀ fẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi. So kò sí, ṣùgbọ́n ìtara tá à ń sọ yìí, and we are talking about life and death. We are talking about the humiliation, the intimidation, the deprivation, subjugation of àwa ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire tí wọ́n sọ wá di aṣálẹ̀. Ìtara yìí ló ṣe àwọn èèyàn. Tí ẹ bá ń bínú, ẹ̀yin bàbá wa, pé wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ òdì sí yín, ẹ má fi ṣèbínú. Ìyẹn ò ní kẹ́ lọ tì wá pa náà. Àlàyé tá à ń ṣe ni pé ìjọ àwọn ọba náà pé, that is ìjọ tí àwọn ọba yàn láti ṣe òṣèlú. Ẹ̀yin ọba gan ló yẹ kẹ́ gbóṣèlú lọ́wọ́. Gbogbo aeroplane tán rà fún yín, gbogbo oil rig tán fún yín, ẹ̀yin lẹ ní náà, ẹ̀yin ló yẹ kẹ́ máa allocate oil rig. Gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ̀ deserve gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọba làwọn ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire mu. Àwọn alá máa ń pọ̀ bá wa lé ẹ̀mùgá kí ní ayé àtijọ́, nígbà tí mo wà nílé, tán bá ga ọ̀bẹ́là sórí bàbá wa Agúnléjìká ọba ìgbà yẹn báyìí, a máa ń jíwo ní. Gbogbo ìlú máa ń fẹ́ káwọn ọba wọn kán rin ìrìn ìyìrì ẹ̀yẹ, wọ́n á ra káàbọ̀ bìnì fún ọba wọn, nítorí pé a mọ nǹkan tí àwọn ọba deserve. So kò dìgbà tí a bá ń lọ gba rìbá lọ́wọ́ àwọn Fúlàní, tí Fúlàní wá fi ògo wa sí inú àpò tó wá pinlẹ̀ wa lọ́wọ́ ká tó di ènìyàn. Atara wa lọ́pọ̀ jù, ọ̀pọ̀ tá a wá tara wa yẹn, generations to come, àwọn la fi ń tàràkà. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan tí ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ tẹ́yìn náà máa fojú rí nígbà tó bá yá, ẹ mọ̀ wípé gbogbo àwọn bàbá wa yìí, ẹni tán ní kó pe bà tó lòun lè pe bàbá ni, tó wá yá wọ́n ì máa pe bá torí pé nígbà tí wàhálà yìí bá dé àwọn ganan kọ́kọ́ máa target torí gbogbo àwọn tó ń kó wọlé mercenaries yẹn wọn kọ̀ọ̀kan wọn wá lásán wọ́n fẹ́ recolonize wa ni tí a bá dẹ̀ papọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ káàrọ̀ oòjíire láti ja ìjà yìí Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ á parun gbogbo àwọn tó ń fi ọwọ́ àbúwá ṣe àbúwá lálejò ẹ jẹ́ ká gbìyànjú ká gbára wa kúrò ní ọwọ́ ìyà yìí Yorùbá nation kò sá wọ́n ní wọ́n sponsor wọn ṣé àwọn táwọn á lo òyìnbó tàbí fẹ́ gbó fún àwọn táwọn á lo òyìnbó ìlú òyìnbó ń bí ni yajíjọ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nobody is sponsoring us tí n bá dẹ̀ parọ́ alálẹ̀ abimilere ẹlẹ́dà gbogbo yín tẹ̀ ń wò mí tẹ̀ ń gbọ́rọ̀ yìí ẹlẹ́dà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá gbogbo ẹni tó gba tó yẹ pé ṣe náà gbówó fún pé kó lọ pé torí Buhari alálẹ̀ aboníkálukú lè àtàwọn tó ń parọ́ mọ́ wọn o àtàwọn tó ṣiṣẹ́ pé lọ́dọ̀ ṣe alálẹ̀ máa gbogbo alẹ́ rè à ń ja ìjà agbára pé kí ìran wa kó má parun ni kò ń ṣe pé Ọlọ́run mọ̀ nítorí pé Ọlọ́run ti ríjà tó máa jẹ àwọn èèyàn wa pé ó máa sọ wọ́n di ilẹ̀ kò sí ìbọn kò sí kankan wọ́n tíríkì wọn gba gbogbo àwọn ẹ jẹ́ kí n kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ rántí pé mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tá a ní pápátá ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá náà ti gbà lọ àwa la ní port gbogbo economy pápátá tó so lẹ̀ Nàìjíríà dúró ọ̀dọ̀ wa ló wà gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ ká fi sọ̀rọ̀ ajé tó yẹ ká fi ṣe ká máa fi sárarin dín gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ káàrọ̀ oòjíire àti ẹni kọ́ bá wa pín ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n wá gba gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ wa wọ́n wá sọ àwa di àbàtà tó ń tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ tó ń rìn wá kọjá ṣé ó yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ náà àlàyé tá à ń ṣe fún yín nìyẹn wípé ẹ jẹ́ ká gba kádàrá wa padà lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó ń kádàrá wa lọ́wọ́ káwọn generations tó ń bọ̀ kán lè sọ ọ̀rọ̀ rere nípa wa ẹ wo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láti level presidency àwọn ló ń kó gbogbo owó ìjọba foreign exchange àwọn lágbọ́njú bá tó ń ṣe gbogbo owó tí Nàìjíríà ní pátápátá tó máa ta bọ́jẹ̀tì owó yẹn wọ́n tún múra wọn lọ́wọ́ fi lọ sí foreign exchange ni gbogbo nǹkan tó wà ní south west tọwọ́lọ́wọ́ tó ń gbé wọn dúró òun ni owó àwa tá a wà láàbọ̀rọ̀ tá a fi ránṣẹ́ àwọn fámílì kan máa fi jẹun àti owó tó ń gbé fáwọn governors tó ń san fáwọn ministries that is the only available money tó wà ní south west àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ kó gbé ilẹ̀ ìlú dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí nǹkan ọrọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ pápátá kò sí wọn débi táwọn international community wà dá factory ilẹ̀ káwọn èèyàn ríṣẹ́ ṣe kò sí náà àwọn professionals tó ń jẹ́ tailor kọ́rọ́ṣọ ní ìran modern way gbogbo nǹkan pápátá wọ́n ti fi jẹ wá níyà ọ̀rọ̀ yìí dẹ̀ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ kò ń ṣe èní ó ti pẹ́ tó ti fi ìyà jẹ wá díẹ̀ táwa gan tá a fúnra wa bá wà ò fúnra nítorí pé ìwọ ọmọlúwàbí pé wọ́n gba gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ gbọ́ láì mọ̀ wípé the conspiracy has been underground for a very long time àwa ò mọ̀ bí ó tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé nípa ìṣètò Awólọ́wọ̀ báṣubàṣu tó ń jẹ́ pé bàbá yẹn tó ń jẹ́ kó ṣe vision ẹ̀ wọ́n jẹ́ kó achieve ẹ̀ ìṣe tí wọ́n ṣe Abíọ́lá gbogbo ẹ̀yin náà kò fún wa ní ìfura wípé àwọn ará bíbá ẹ̀wọ̀n mi wẹ̀ fún wa ibi tán lọ wá débẹ̀ tán sí pé gbogbo àwọn nígbà tí Buhari dé gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì gbogbo àwọn olówó apápátá alómi gba owó ní báǹkì agbèlọ sí EFCC gbogbo àwọn tó rí South Kaduna àti gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pápátá gbogbo àwọn tó mọ̀ pé ó lè help nígbà tán bá máa di ogun tán gbébọ̀ yìí wá gbogbo wọn ti destroy wọ́n wá sọlẹ̀ wá di aṣálẹ̀ àwa so kò sí òkú kankan fún wa rárá Ọlọ́run ló mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ fi oore ọ̀fẹ́ ju àwa iṣẹ́ àbúrò pé ká lọ pé nígbà tásìkò bá tó àwa yìí lòun máa lò láti gbà wá náà ẹ jẹ́ ká ní kọ́lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run torí pé Olúwa ti rí ju àwa lọ káwa tó rí ó ti mọ̀ nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sílẹ̀ Yorùbá otherwise tí ò bá jẹ́ ti oore ọ̀fẹ́ àwa tí Ọlọ́run gbé dìde nílò òyìnbó wọ́n ti pa wá run pátápátá gbogbo àgbáyé ò ní gbọ́ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n ti pa wá sínú pátápátá wọ́n ti destroy ìwà pátápátá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kí lẹ̀ ń dúró ṣe tí ẹ jẹ́ ká gbára wa là whether parawapọ̀ láti jagun yìí ogun náà ti dé parawapọ̀ láti jagun yìí ogun náà ti dé nítorí pé decision wọn ni pé wọ́n fẹ́ reduce population wa so that wọ́n á lè take over gbogbo ilẹ̀ wa pátápátá àwa di àwọn aborigines nǹkan tó ń bọ̀ nìyẹn o gbogbo ẹ̀ ládẹ̀ ti rí gbogbo science yẹn láti rí àbí ẹ wo gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ gbogbo all economic kìíní wa pátápátá wọ́n ti take over wọ́n á tún wá tọrọ bára àtún fún wọn ní bára gbogbo ministries àwọn ló wà ń bẹ̀ gbogbo foreign missions pátápátá àwọn ló wà ń bẹ̀ ẹ lè dé any foreign missions sí gbogbo even London ń bí Haúsá ni wọ́n máa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ àti Fúlàní so kí gangan ní ìrètí wa níbo là ń lọ àsọmọ ilẹ̀ káàárọ̀ oòjíire ẹ jẹ́ ká yí ìjọba ká kóra wa jọ ní ṣọ̀kan ká jagun yìí lóòótọ́ kò sí jàǹgbà tó kì bẹ́ẹ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ ṣùgbọ́n ìdátọ́lọ́run dá wa ẹ wo ìtútù bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ pa ní alẹ́ 50s wọlé 60s ẹ wo position tí Yorùbá wà the first television station in the entire Africa even before France ẹ wo Port Authority tán fi owó kòkó kọ́ ẹ wo Nigeria House embassy wa owó kòkó ló fi ní gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ẹ wo Cocoa House nígbà tó ojú òtẹ̀ tí rárá the tallest building in Africa was Cocoa House. Who are the executors? Baba Awólọ́wọ̀'s government. Even at there was 79 to 84 government. Tí Baba Awólọ́wọ̀ UPN tó run. Free education, free medical services, free. Gbogbo prototype system ló wà nílẹ̀. Gbogbo constitution lẹ́yìn gbogbo bá ṣe máa rú gbogbo kan wà nílẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó wà. Bá ṣe máa ṣe ètò ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó máa túṣẹ́. Awólọ́wọ̀ kú ara ẹ̀ ló kú spirit Awólọ́wọ̀ kú. Àwọn tí spirit Awólọ́wọ̀ ṣì máa wà lára wọn exist. Àwọn Fúlàní náà jẹ́ kí ògbó yẹ kó bú jáde. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kóra wa jọ ká fira wa ṣọ̀kan ká lè ja ìjà yìí torí akóra wa jọ ogun yìí ń bọ̀. Gbogbo ilẹ̀ arákùnrin tán tapa níjẹjọ gbogbo ilẹ̀ mọ ibi tó sọ̀rọ̀ dé. Ọba dé àmì láfíà. Ó ti ṣàlẹ̀ pé 2022 náà máa give command pé ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí eliminate ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Wọ́n lè ṣe ní gbogbo àwọn tó kọ́ wọ́n ti mobilize wọn sílẹ̀ fún elimination and the decimation of so many of our villages and the people. Tó bá parí ẹ̀ tán wọ́n á ṣe wá sí city ìwọ tó wà l'Ábùjá tó rò pé nǹkan kan everything possible ìwọ tó wà ní Èkó tó rò pé kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń gbé àwọn tó ń ṣe agitation àánú yín ṣe mí nígbà tó bá yá ojú yín á là ṣé ẹ rò pé fún àwọn tó ń ṣe agitation owó ló gbé fún wa o owó kọ àwọn alálẹ̀ wọn á da gbogbo alẹ́jọ́ ó ta wà sókè oyídóbo orí níbo lójú Ọlọ́run ò tó ìwọ tó gbọ́ owó àbẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ torí pé o fẹ́ dán ó wá ní kó lọ against Buhari tó ó wá gbowó ó kò wọ́kọ̀ náà now so if anybody is thinking wípé anybody gba owó kan lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ló gbé àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ìdìde nítorí pé wọ́n ti sọ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá di aṣálẹ̀ pátápátá ẹwẹ̀ kó bó ṣe rí títí dà iná dà tó o bá lọ sí Republic of Benin lásán tó o bá lọ gbé ọ̀sẹ̀ kan bẹ̀ wàá mọ̀ pé ìlú kan náà pè ní Nàìjíríà kò sí ìwọ tó o bá ti jáde kúrò Nàìjíríà o ti nígbàgbọ́ wípé you are born to suffer that's why because ìwọ tó wá support the government yìí pẹ̀lú gba atrocities tó ti commit pẹ̀lú ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó ti tálẹ̀ tí wọ́n record pẹ̀lú Yorùbá ọjọ́ tí wọ́n ti ẹ jẹ́ kí n bèrè lọ́wọ́ yín nígbà tí Buhari tó dé government 2015 up to date how many Fulani ni Buhari charge for corruption ní Nàìjíríà ó lé àwọn tó fara pẹ́ wọn dé òun ni àwọn South Kaduna people àwọn nìkan náà dì pẹ̀lú hardcore north kò sẹ́yìnbọ̀ tí wọ́n charge for anything àdìẹ sọ pé Nàìjíríà exist ẹ jẹ́ kó rí wá pẹ́ náà kí ló ṣe wá tó bá tẹ̀ra wá níyè tó bá pè ní àdúfò àràrá àì fún wa mọ́ náà ẹ jẹ́ ká kóra wa jọ níṣọ̀kan ká support Yorùbá nation agitation ẹ jẹ́ ká gbìyànjú ká wá self determination wa ká wá wo bóyá a lè dára wa tọ́ bóyá a lè dára wa tọ́ kí ló pè ní Nàìjíríà àwa ní náà tó dáwọ́ ní pé billions kan wọ Nàìjíríà lónìí láti abroad àwọn wo ni àwa àti Ìgbò ní náà Southern Nàìjíríà ní náà àwọn tí wọn wá ṣe wọ́n wá jẹ wá ní àjẹrun adẹ̀ ń wòran tó bá tẹ̀jẹ́ pé ògùn náà sàsí màálù a ní ká má jẹ màálù mọ́ kẹjẹ́ káwa náà wá sí self sufficient bẹ́tà lè máa fi jẹran ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí establish the factories ká máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí establish àwọn erin láti bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ kó wọlé lẹ́yìn nígbà ìtàn breed we should find a solution to this problem ká máa jẹ màálù tán òǹturú tán gbà òǹturú fún tó yẹ kẹ́ bá ti ń tó òun ló ra wá ní ìdíwákàtí ọ̀wọ̀ yìí ẹ jẹ́ ká yí òdodo mú fọlọ́n bẹ̀yìn ẹ má jẹ́ kí ìyà jẹ wá gbé ẹ má jẹ́ ká palẹ̀ Yorùbá ọ̀run mú fọlọ́n bẹ̀yìn kò ń ṣe pé we have no anything against Buhari but we don't want the so-called atrocities tán commit against àwọn èèyàn wa nítorí pé gbogbo ilẹ̀ wa náà fẹ́ gbà tó fẹ́ parun gbogbo àmì yàrá-jẹ ti rí ẹ má lọ́rọ̀ mi pọ̀ o ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀rọ̀ kan sọ fún ọmọlúwàbí tó wá dé inú àdòdìdì ẹ jẹ́ ká sowọ́pọ̀ ká fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan àwa ní ògo ilẹ̀ aláwọ̀ dúdú nítorí pé Olúwa gbé Yorùbá dìde ó pẹ̀lú nǹkan tá a ṣe ní ọ̀tá nítorí wípé gbogbo àwọn òyìnbó yìí pátápátá lẹ̀rú ń báyìí pé tí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá bá dìde as a country wọ́n máa unite gbogbo dúdú àgbáyé pátápátá la máa unite torí pé àwa ni the light of the entire black race ọ̀dọ̀ wa jẹ́ ní ilé ayé ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ kán tó máa yí gbogbo ẹ̀ yes tó ti thousands of years tó ti lọ kò jẹ́ ká lè trace sí wa mọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo isi pé ibi tí ilẹ̀ ti fẹ̀ ibi tí ilẹ̀ ti kọ́kọ́ ibi tó lọ́wọ́ kọ́kọ́ dé àwọn China gan sọ pé they can trace their route back to Africa àdúrà ni mo pa àwọn Chinese they say so ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní ilẹ̀ ti ṣẹ̀ òun ni wọ́n ṣe hate dúdú nítorí kọ́ rí pé àwa gan ni ojú Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè òun ni mo sọ fún yín pé nígbà tó gun ibà dé nǹkan tó bá jà fún wa ẹ lọ kọ sílẹ̀ àwọn tó máa jà kò ń ṣe èèyàn Ọlọ́run ló bá jà fún wa torí pé Ọlọ́run mọ̀ yìí pé inú kan la fi bá wọn lò ẹ̀dọ̀ kan la fi bá wọn lò adẹ̀mí wẹ̀ fún wọn àwa la jẹun tán ta ní pé èyí náà wá jẹun tá gbogbo ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn bàbá wọn ló lọ káṣọ fún wọn ní ayé ìgbà yẹn pé kọ́ máa rí òwò mọ́ àwa ni wọ́n á sọ di aṣálẹ̀ tí wọ́n á fẹ́ pa ní àparun ọ̀run ò ní jẹ́ fún ọ lágbára ṣe Ọlọ́run ẹ ṣé.
Àmín Jésù. Ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́gbọ́ láti ẹnu Mr. Fatai Ogunribido tí wọ́n jẹ́ wá láti ìlú London ní ibí tí a ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ ti fi 16 minutes náà ti fi sọ̀rọ̀ ní èdè Yorùbá fún àwọn ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire mo dẹ̀ believe pé ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ náà gbogbo yín lẹ ti gbọ́ kẹ̀dẹ̀ lọ ronú sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lè support ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tí ọ̀rọ̀ wa fi lè lọ sókè Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ká rí ogun o Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ní jẹ́ ká rí wàhálà Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ní jẹ́ ká lose àwọn family wa until tá bá tún meet ní next week Saturday ní agbára Olúwa ní 5:30 èmi ni Temitope Ọmọ́tàwọn ọmọ ní ìlú Ọdẹ Òmu ní Ọ̀ṣun State tó ń sọ pé ẹ ṣé gan ni pé ẹjọ́ ìwà àti brother mi brother Fatai tí wọ́n kí yín ẹ ṣé gan tí ẹ wá sí orí ètò
láti ìbùkún ní
wọ́n ní Ìjẹ̀ṣà ní èrè o Ìjẹ̀ṣà ní èrè o ṣe ti gbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ àdúpẹ́ gbẹ
ọmọ ìbùkún ní èrè
ọlọ́mọ ìbùkún mi rè o òkè o so ó tún dìgbà ẹ ṣé gan Mr. Fatai ẹ ṣé gan mo really appreciate yín and thank you very much everyone and then we'll meet again next week Saturday but by Wednesday ti week tá a máa wẹ̀ àti máa gbé topic wá síta so that ẹ lè gbọ́ balẹ̀ ṣe léyìn náà la ṣe máa ṣe next week a máa kọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ní èdè Yorùbá èdè English a wà fi the last 10-15 minutes sọ ní Yorùbá so that àwọn èèyàn á lè máa gbọ́ wa dáadáa gbogbo àwọn tó gbọ́ wa mo rí pé àwọn èèyàn wá wò wá láti America mo rí pé àwọn kan join wá Russia àwọn èèyàn join wá láti Turkey náà àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ ti ń leave comment náà ẹ ṣé gan tí ẹ leave comment wọn ní Ìjẹ̀ṣà ní èrè wọn kí yín o àwọn ará Ìjẹ̀ṣà so ẹ ṣé gan ni so ẹ join wa next week Saturday ní agbára Ọlọ́run until then God bless you and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria and God bless ọmọlúwàbí.